families don't feel safe. We have 10 million Filipinos abroad trying to feed their families and make enough money to send their children to school. But we have 3 to 7 million Filipinos who are hooked on drugs, 3 million who are addicted to it, and something has to be done. And our president has started to do something about it. It is bearing fruit. What do we tell the critics? Please come here. Don't just read the reports, because there are people out to discredit him that are using the words extrajudicial killing, summary killing, vigilante killings very loosely. We value the sanctity of life. We are Christians, Muslims. We're very religious people. We value each and every life.
You question the idea of extrajudicial killings, but your own police force has said that in the 2 months, and it's exactly 2 months since President Duterte has taken office, 1,900 people have died, including at least 700 in police operations. Do you accept those figures?
Yes, ma'am, which conveniently the critics have not been saying, which is the same amount of people dead during the Aquino and Arroyo administration. So the cases now being reported, much of them are police operations. Some of them are between the drug lords. But the problem is the way it is being presented. No, I have here a article from one of our leading newspapers, no, that reports every Monday and Wednesday how many are dead. And they called it the kill list.
Yeah.
And they got a little bit upset of me bringing this up. But why will you call it a kill list when internationally a kill list means an assassination list?
Well, that is because people believe that vigilantes are out, that they are taking the law into their own hand. Your own president said that he had issued shoot-to-kill orders to the police when they encounter members of organized crime or suspects who violently resist arrest. And let me play for you what the head of police himself has said to those involved in this fight. Listen to what he's told the public.
You can kill them because you are the victims. Go to them, pour gasoline on their houses and burn it down. Show them your anger.
Senator, go to them, pour gasoline on their houses and burn it down. Show them your anger. I mean, surely at the very least, that is incitement to violence.
The chief PNP has apologized for that throw that gasoline comment. Does the president speak differently? Does he speak in a politically incorrect way? Yes. But this is what the criminals in the Philippines understand. But is he disregarding the international norms of human rights? No. That is why Secretary de Lima and Mr. Chairman Gascon has been making accusations left and right, and we have been pointing out that they're making faulty generalization. We have pointed out that every case they have stated has been investigated, has either been is in the courts or is being prosecuted.
Senator, I hear you. Obviously, you're referring to a special inquiry that's been opened by that Senator Lima, who we are going to speak to, regarding these killings, because there are many, including, as I said, the United States and the UN, who object to what is going on, despite the way you describe it. What do you think your president will say to President Obama when they meet at the G20 next week? As I said, the U.S. has asked for the Philippines to respect human rights and international law.
Well, no one can really predict what our president will say, but look what he does. Remember, ma'am, the president has admitted that there are policemen who are into drugs. He has admitted that there are rotten cops. So despite how the president is portrayed and despite how he speaks, he's a man of contradiction. He's a very peaceful man. And ma'am, may I just communicate this to our friends in Europe and the US. This is not going to be the norm. President Duterte is a reset button. It is an offensive against the drug lords. It is a clean-up process, no? And once that everything stabilizes and we can put more money on CCTVs, on drug labs, on crime labs, on paying the police more, on professionalizing all aspects of our governance, no? You will have the more European or US type, no, of law enforcement that you want. This isn't vigilante killings wherein people are being paid, ma'am. This is the drug lords cleaning up their own act so that they won't be brought to court.
You know, in some instances, young children have been killed when shots have been fired by police through their households as the police hunt down potential targets. That picture that you showed went viral. The guy is some petty drug user and, according to his wife, not a drug lord. But I want to ask you this finally. Are you sure this will work? Because, as you know, in neighboring Thailand, they tried a very similar thing back in the early 2000s. A huge crackdown and offensive against so-called drug lords, and drugs continue, and the pushing continues, and the trafficking continues. And as you know, in Mexico, decades of going after drug lords and kingpins, and tens of thousands have been killed, and it still carries on. So is this the right method?
Well, ma'am, in Singapore, people love the law and fear the law. That's all our president is trying to do. It's working now. Will it work? We hope so. We're praying so. We're just trying to instill in the people the love, but also the fear of the law.
Okay.
As to casualties, as I said, in a perfect world, no one should die. And as for children or for people accidentally getting shot or getting in the crossfire, this happens all around the world. They're in London, in the US. It shouldn't have happened. But if the president stops this, the killing of children, the selling of drugs of children, we invite people to not listen to the critics, but come over and check it out. And thank you very much for this opportunity. God bless you.
Senator Cayetano, thank you very much. And we turn next to a fierce critic of the president and that policy, Senator Leila de Lima. Welcome to the program, Senator. You heard what your colleague, Senator Cayetano, told me, that there are no extrajudicial killings and